Sheriff Travis.
Good afternoon. My name is Will Travis. I'm the Sheriff of Denton County. I also represent the Sheriff's Association of Texas. We are against Senate Bill 339. I want to applaud Senator Delty. He's doing the right things in the right direction. We want it done right, just like Senator Perry and Senator Taylor are asking all the great questions. That's all we're asking. We, as a father, I would do anything for my child, just like these people are trying to do. They're wonderful people. They're trying to do the best they can. All we want to do is make sure that there is no THC in this at all. We want to make sure it's all the CBD side of the plant. We also want to make sure it's FDA approved. That's very strong. We want to make sure that the studies are done through the FDA. Our doctor, that's not here today because he had to go back with his studies, he's the only one that has a Schedule I research license in the state to do this. And so he does the research on this. And so we ask that you will receive a letter from him on an additional date. We're trying to get that letter done. But for the most part, that's our two things that we have a problem with. It's just the THC. We want none in it. We want straight CBD side of it, and to make sure it's FDA approved.
Thank you, Sheriff. Questions, Senator Rodriguez?
Sheriff, this committee just, I think, last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, all I know it was this week, time flies, approved a bill that's called the Right to Try bill for treatments of people that are terminally ill and have really tried everything and have no other hope other than the possibility of these non-FDA approved yet treatments. And quite frankly, I view this particular situation in a similar light because, I mean, from what I'm hearing in the testimony and the information presented and what I've read, for these seizures, intractable seizures, there's nothing really that seems to work other than this particular oil. And so it seems to me that, this isn't, some people may see it differently, but I don't. I think this is similar to the Right to Try legislation. At least it's in the same vein of trying to help those who can't get any other remedy, and that because this involves the cannabis plant, I think that it raises the kinds of concerns that you as a sheriff have. But I think that we heard, from the pediatric doctors that were here earlier, that there is just traces of THC, and that there is, really when the chairman asked about maybe, converting the oil into something more potent that can be stimulating or whatever, that was not likely given the composition of the oil. So I think if we keep an open mind about this, we can hopefully not let our other concerns that we have about illegal use of some substance stand in the way of treatment that I also heard from the testimony potentially could be helpful between now and waiting for, I think I heard 8 or 9 years before the FDA can approve, or at least that came from the, I think I heard right from the pediatrician neurologist that we had testify.
Yes, sir. Our doctor, Dr. Angus Wolfong, is a professor of pediatrics and neurology at Baylor College of Medicine, and he's the director of the Comprehensive Epilepsy Program. He's doing the study on the Epidiolex, which is the CBD side. It's extracted all the way. He's doing it through FDA approval. That's what I was going to get you guys a letter, because he had to take off this morning. He couldn't wait the whole day. And so, but he is doing the comprehensive study and through FDA approval for the Epidiolex. And the Epidiolex is, from my understanding from his testimony yesterday, is supposed to be finished up with the study sometimes next year for FDA approval.
So that'd be great if it does come out by next year.
I'm gonna get him to send you all a letter,
Yeah.
and I'll have that to you all the next couple of days. And because I don't want to get off in any of that, I just wanted you to know our position, because but y'all asked why the Sheriff's Association was against that this morning.
I think any information we can get that would shed some light on this would be helpful.
Okay.
So we appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Altai.
Yeah, Sheriff,
Yes, sir.
I think what Senator Rodriguez was getting at, we passed the Compassionate Care Act for terminally ill patients for drugs that aren't quite FDA approved yet. So did the Sheriff's Association come testify against that bill?
I'm not sure, sir.
So
I wasn't down here on that.
Does the Sheriff Association come testify against medical, the Health and Human Services on a regular basis?
Not that I know of.
So really you're here because the word cannabis is involved in this.
Yes, sir.
So now all of a sudden you're worried about FDA approval because it's got cannabis in it.
Yes, sir.
And we've all been told this, if the THC level is so low, it has no intoxicating enough ingredient in it. But you're still here to testify against the bill.
Yes, sir. I'd have to let the doctor talk on that, the actual percentages, how that works.
And we're going to wait on a letter. And this has been on the docket now. This deal was filed, I think, before session started.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, sir.
Senators, any questions? Thank you. Please say your name and begin your testimony.
My name is Liz Tullis, and these are my sons Conrad and Garrett. We live in San Antonio, and I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today. In January 2004, when Conrad was 17 months, he drowned while in the care of my father-in-law in Temple, Texas. When I received the call, I felt helpless. My son was in pain, and I couldn't help him. But I also felt hope, because he was alive. The accident left him with severe brain damage, and I was actually encouraged to institutionalize him. I didn't. I took him home, and I not only loved him, I helped him. I worked with doctors and therapists to help him recover. And Conrad's therapy has been and continues to be comprehensive. Conrad is steadily progressing and has improved beyond all doctors' expectations. He has relearned to interact with his environment. He's in 7th grade and attends school daily with the friends that he has made since he was in kindergarten. However, Conrad's progress has been limited by his frequent seizures. His seizures occur daily. Some of them include intense muscle spasms. He contorts and stiffens his body. It's excruciating. I have tried over 10 pharmaceutical, and as you asked, Senator Taylor, there's not a given dosage, even with these. They asked me to try them and see what happens. He's had eye flutters. He's had high fevers. He's been knocked out completely. I'm asking you to support this and allow me to use it in my home in Texas, with my family, with my doctors. We don't have that time, and I don't want to move. And I ask you to support this, because now I have hope again, something that can help my son. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tullis, for being here today and giving your testimony. Senators, any questions of Ms. Tullis? Very good. Chair calls Dean Bartell.